Hello everyone, I am PyroFalkon and this is .hack Quarantine. Now thanks to literally 9 hours of grinding, I now have enough virus cores to hopefully get through the last few areas of the game, or at least this part of the storyline, which I think is the last part of the game, but we will see. Before we do that, we've got a couple things to do. We're going to change up our desktop image as usual. That's not Sukasa, that's elk, and possibly bear? Anyway, we've also got some mail from Mistral. Mistral with messed up hair, that's kind of cute. Not as cute as the character, but I had it going on when I was a little younger. Are you like an old lady? Wait, no, you just had a child, so you're probably not. Don't be rude. I mean, this is kind of rude, too. How old are you? I'm in 8th grade. Oh, wait, I'm not supposed to ask a woman about her age, right? Smiley face. Yeah, you're not, but it's fine. Natsumi, you're pretty clumsy. Just take a deep breath before you hold the bar. I see. Well, now, I feel like I'll be able to hang on next time. I actually suck at sports. I can rationalize in my head, but my body just won't follow. The day before track and field, I'd always get sick. I'm so bad. Oh yeah, that's her reference to falling, I think, when she was trying to do a pull-up. Everyone's good at different things, you shouldn't worry too much, or if you don't have the basic physical strength, you can't do much. We'll just pick the first one. It's a little less rude. I feel a cough coming on in my lungs. I'm not 100% clear yet, but I'm getting there. So, as always, or I should say as before, I'm going to edit around the coughs. Anyway, let's get our team together and try to get ready for the next area. I need to just stop going into the world before I'm done checking all the mail. 2 more replies. Hey, you! That's right, you're not supposed to ask about age. Let's just say late 20s. Oh, you're much younger than I thought. Also, I can't reply to that, so I guess we're finally done. Good! Any advice? No. Yeah, right. You actually believe that. Don't be a dick, May. Grip the bar tight and take a deep breath. I'm sure you can do it. Just don't give up. Let's see if we have more mail now. Called it. Dear Pyro, you are so sweet. I think you're the best. I want to have your babies. Thank you so much. I'll definitely be able to do it now. And no more replies. Okay. Think we're finally good. I've just added one more girl to the harem, but before I can take advantage of that, we've got some areas and dungeons to finally explore. I didn't gain too many levels for getting all of these virus cores, mainly because I was in and out of so many servers. But it didn't matter. We got what we came for. It took me a little while, but I had a lot of fun. It was really nice, even though it was an 8 or 9 hour grinding session, which was just friggin' exhausting. I was able to put on some movies, watch some music. It was just a nice way to relax last week. It's so weird talking about time with this show, because by the time you see this, it's going to be kind of outdated. But anyway, tax season is still going on, and it's just exhausting working with numbers all day. Mentally exhausting, not physically exhausting. But it's nice to be able to take a break finally. So, let's go to that Spring of Mist, and then we'll head on into the dungeon. Once again, no cutscene as we're entering the dungeon. I've got Sanjuro and Wiseman this time. Both of them are the... excuse me. The weakest 2, as far as their gear score goes. Now, about everyone... I'm not recording their levels. I probably should, but I don't bother because everyone changes every dungeon, even if they're inactive. So I don't really know where anyone is totally level. Oh, this thing again! Skills! And are you trying to pass by Akamura? Okay. I'm playing the game. I can't really see how the light balance is, but yeah, it's probably fine. The draw of my videos is supposed to be the game anyway, not necessarily me. Although I suppose, as a YouTuber, it is the other way. I should be the main draw, not the game, but it is... whatever, man. Whatever! Maybe that's why I don't have a higher sub count, because I worry more about the game than myself, but who knows. Oh gosh, you are a little wounded, Sanjuro. Am I getting hit? I sure am. Anyway, what I was saying was that I do keep track of everyone's gear score, and right now, Sanjuro and Wiseman have the lowest gear scores of their respective classes. So that's why I've picked them. Elk is worse than Wiseman, but Elk is still refusing to answer my summons. So this is what I'm doing. And these are the same enemies we fought before. I can't remember if you all have seen this. I know you saw the Guardian, that the ring with the goop around it. But I can't remember if you saw that giant skeleton thing. Either way, this dungeon isn't exactly challenging at our level. I think we just gained some levels. Pyro is at 87, the team is at 87. I mean, we're really up there at this point. The cap is 99. I don't know if we're going to get to the cap before the end of the game, probably not, but certainly I'm going to be in a pretty good position if I do wind up attempting, excuse me, if I wind up attempting the 99 floor dungeon like I want to do. I did wind up doing some post-game content of Digimon, Hacker's Memory, and that was a lot of fun even though it kicked my ass, but I did that for a stream, which I think is the right thing to do for any sort of 99 floor challenge here. I haven't really thought ahead enough to that. If you're watching this after the fact and watching from the playlist, maybe I've already done it, who knows. Y'all know how YouTube works, so we'll see. Was that it for floor 1? Wow, it really was. There wasn't really much here. I mean, and since these are enemies you've seen before, there's no reason really for me to record everything, so I guess I'll just time skip forward. I'll see you down at the bottom of the dungeon. Bottom of the dungeon, we've got purple smoke, and now I've got a light beam over my one shoulder, thanks to the curtains not cooperating. And hopefully, I can get the Got statue afterward to the west, but first we're gonna have to get past this thing. We fought these guys before. Death Split. I don't know what I don't remember the name. Is Death Spirit, maybe? Well, that's fine. You can go ahead and sleep, Sanjuro. He probably needs a nap anyway. I don't think there's going to be too much challenge here. I mean, we've gained a total of 2 levels since we've been here. None of these enemies have really been much of a challenge. Even the double rooms were not really that difficult for me. Okay, that's what I get for talking shit. Could one of you wake me up, please? Thank you. Hold on a minute, Sanjuro. I got your back. Let's see, I probably could have, or should have, actually used a healing potion instead of just trying to use my spell, but it's fine. I mean, this is where the boss isn't really challenging, mini-boss, whatever. He's not really challenging as much as just he's a bullet sponge, a damage sponge, and that's fine. Oh, whoops, I didn't tell everyone to get back to using skills. I mean, there's not really a lot of tactics here. The only tactic boss we've really faced that I can think of are some of the secret bosses. The one puppy I had to use some bizarre tactics in order to take down because he just had a move we had to avoid. And that one I didn't guess at. That one was, of course, the strategy guide giving me that little tidbit. But for these kinds of guys, the data bugs, it's just about hitting them hard. And eventually you hit them hard enough that they decide to finally drop their guard and let you... yeah, whatever. Finally get to, use the data drain. See, that's... I mean, they're hitting hard, but they're not really doing anything too wacky. Yeah, this probably isn't a fun fight to watch. There we go, finally. You're special. I'll give you the full animation. Yeah, just like the one from the last episode, you're not seeing its body there. Once we well, there you are, but when we data drained it in the animation there, it just looked like a pile of rocks. It didn't look like this creature. So clearly, this virus is really starting to cause some weird things to happen. I'm not going to bother breaking them a second time. There we go. We got a Virus Core Zulu out of the deal. Yep. Alright, let's check out the God statue. Spear Core Mark III Golem Parts Ruby Brooch. What is Spear Core Mark III? Level 80 rare weapon. 31 attack with a -5 to accuracy. That's still better than... Yeah, it's better than the current weapon for both Gardenia and Nuke, so... Either one could make use of it. Alright, I'm gonna mop up here. I'll get back to the city and hit the next location. Sanjuro is now on the bench and has been replaced by Belmung as we head to the next area. I don't remember where it is because I decided to time skip to this spot with the gate hacking rather than looking at what the name of the dungeon is. But it's fine, I'm sure I've time stamped it because it's what I do. And after that last dungeon run, Sanjuro got a level 90 weapon, so he is in very good shape. Wiseman is still a couple levels behind Mistral with his gear, so he is going to get the next set. And good to see that there's a Spring of Mist right over here. And a melon! Let's grab that stuff and then head inside. Here we are in yet another flesh dungeon, because that's what I want to see first thing in the morning. Let's regime myself and Wiseman. I probably don't need to bring a magic... excuse me, a magic specialist. I mean, I could probably do this with just 2 physical attackers, but hey, I like having a balanced team. Oh, there's another Guardian. Best part about the Guardian is how many experience points I get out of him. Also, it's nice that I'm not going to have to really memorize where these locations are if I really do want to have do some grinding. We can always just come back to where we've been. Although, I kind of have a feeling that just the chance of encountering these guys are low. That first one that I went into where these guys were, if you recall, I was unable to really grind on the second attempt because, unfortunately, you know, once I had the game over and then had to play again, they just didn't spawn as many. I think I had seen 1 the entire time. Oh gosh, hang tight, Belmont. There you go. Still getting my fingers used to today. First episode of the recording session. I've been working all day. I went into the tax office, even though today is... excuse me, technically today is my day off, but we had a client who had a lot of work to do. So I went in and worked on that person's return for a little bit. Nothing that I need to talk about. There's no story there. And it's not... I'm not trying to be on a cross or something, just saying that, like, due to a mistake I had made, unfortunately that person's return needed a little bit more love than I had given it. And so I had to make good with that client, you know what I mean? Sometimes you gotta make right by your customers. Just like I'm gonna make right by you guys by just time skipping the rest of this, since again, it doesn't seem like we're fighting very many different enemies here. I wish we would fight more of these Guardians. I want the experience points, and they're still very easy to fight. I just have to mind our hit points, but they're not that much of a challenge. They're not even as damage spongy as some of the other enemies are. They just hit really hard. So as long as I stay on top of my heals, like this, no one's going to go down. Couldn't be easier. Purple smoke, which means we are ready to fight the next boss, or mini-boss. Let's see what we've got here. Oh, one of the peacock ladies. Aurora Feather. That's the name. I can translate the glitchy type. Aurora Feather also is generally not all that strong. I mean, she's going to hit hard. Ow. Like that. That wasn't even that bad. I don't know why I said ow. We've got just all of the healing elixirs. So this won't be a problem. In fact, if anything, she's not even hitting as hard as the last one did. Looks like we're dodging most of the spells that she's even sending our way. Actually, that reminds me what I should do. I did fight the Gazer type enemies in this dungeon. So I gave everyone... I was stuck between saying gave and got. I gave everyone the blood that I just did to increase magic defense, and that was enough. That was enough to actually be able to absorb the attack from the Gazer enemies, which is good because those guys hit like a freaking Mack truck when they get angry. Wow, that was a lot of damage that just came in at me. I think I've got enough time to pull off a heal. There we go. Alright, keep it rolling, everybody. We've done enough damage that it is visually damaging on her stupid bar. But we've got so much money at this point, there's really no reason for me not to just use all of my items that I've got if I need them. We have over 200 grand at this point. I have nothing to spend it on. Oh yeah, that attack of hers. The peacock ladies have like a rapid slap that is probably their most damaging attack. But as you can see, this is nothing. Yeah, there it was again. That reminds me of a Monster Rancher monster. There we go, finally. I still want to do the full animation just because I want to see if I can see the rocks it becomes. Yeah, it's like just a few hexagons that are connected. Virus Core Yankee and Wood Tolerant. I don't have any Earth attacks, but I do have an Earth spell. I'm still missing any sort of water attack. I'm starting to think I should carry water scrolls with me just in case. Although the only fire enemy that we have encountered regularly is that same Gazer type enemy, and those things have magic tolerance anyway. Decent XP. Okay, I'm gonna clean up, grab the God statue, and I'll see you back in town again. See, this time I'm actually going to show you the name of the area. We're heading to Omega Dreaming Moonlit Gravestone. It's totally not so I make things easier on myself when I'm putting in the timestamps. Such a forethought, thinking way of doing anything with the show is totally not something I would do. Did I mention that Balmung is along with us for the ride on this one? He now has the lowest gear score of all the physical fighters who will answer my summons. And these guys are actually a threat, not because of the damage they do, but because they like doing that. They like making people confused. That's how I was taken out the one time, because there were 2 of these jerks who attacked, or 2 portals, so there were 6 of these guys who all attacked at once. And they have magic tolerance, so I can't hit them from a distance. Wow, I don't even know how Balmung went down so hard. Yeah, they're squishy, but they're all very glass cannons, so when I had to take on 6 at once, it was just overwhelming force, and I didn't control the fight like I should. But, luckily, I've learned my lesson there. Those things are no harder than anything else we face. So, I mean, unless this gives me some sort of unique enemy. No, it's another Guardian, though. Alright, let's What weapon was I using? The Miracle Twin, that's it. I don't have the Prepare to Die anymore. I've left that back in the bank. Frees up 1 inventory space, but it was just kind of redundant to this weapon, which is still my best weapon, and it has 3 different elements it can hit with, so it's very helpful. Anyway, doesn't look like we're going to get anything new, but I am going to cough, so I'm going to go ahead and cut out here and see you at the bottom. One more purple smoke for this episode that's gone nearly 2 hours for me to record. And it's one of these damn things. Okay, the worst problem with him is that he has an attack that frequently inflicts death, which of course is not actually death, but it does hit extremely hard. It drains your hit points to a percentage. But he only does it when he does a stabby stab and not his kicky kick. Ow! Okay, that wasn't even a death blow. That was just 2 simultaneous big hits. But again, my health elixirs kind of take care of that. Okay, that stabby sometimes causes death too, but I'm still able to take it. He's got nothing. I mean, I suppose just to make sure that I survive that, let's pop a Nightblood. And then give one to Balmung also. Because he's not going to be able to get close enough to Wiseman to do anything about that. Yeah, see, one of those straight up missed. It didn't really... My defense buff didn't really help that much on that one, but... Yeah, the big thing there is I just want to be able to... Oh, I didn't get it off! I tried to heal myself, but I guess I didn't get it off quick enough. Okay, come on, let me up. There we go. Alright, now a quick Emperor's Soul, and now we can data drain his ass. Yeesh. But that's not even that difficult to manage. The only reason we would have been in trouble is if we had gotten the crap kicked out of us so hard no one had any resurrections left, but... Virus Core X-Ray. So now I think he's probably weak to Thunder. Yes, he is. This will be a quick... Very, very quick kill. There we go. Good job, team. So we got an X-Ray, a Yankee, a Zulu. I assume we got a Whiskey in there. Wait. Yeah, Whiskey. That's the 4th letter. 4th from the end. Anyway, we still have about 7 minutes left, which is not really enough time for me to get much accomplished. So instead what I'm going to do is we just won't time skip out of this. I'll just finish up the floor here. Hopefully you all enjoyed this episode overall. It was 3 dungeons. We don't normally get that many dungeons done in a single episode. And you're seeing me kick all sorts of ass, which is not indicative of my skill, but more indicative of how strong we've become. What with all the grinding and such. In fact, out of all of that... Yep, I'm at 92, Balmung is 91, Wiseman is 92. So we're in the 90s now. There's not much game left. I do remember that, sort of, that I think the reason we had to go through all this rigmarole is the 4 virus cores that we grabbed from these 4 dungeons are what allows you to get into the final dungeon. I don't know if it's the final dungeon. That I don't remember. I don't think we're quite at the final part yet. Because there is, again, a thing, an event, that I've sort of probably at this point overhyped, but just an interesting little visual thing that the game does. We haven't encountered that yet, so we're getting there, and we don't have very much more to go. But we are very, very close to the end now. And I think I have access to getting into the Herald area, but maybe I didn't. Maybe the these 4 virus cores are what I need to get into that final area, the one that is a level 90 that I kinda said I wasn't even going to try yet, but maybe I wasn't even supposed to try it yet. Maybe I needed these 4 virus cores first. Either way, we're going to have to find Herald sooner than later. Only he really has the key to this whole mystery. And hopefully he's got some sort of way we can stop this virus from leaking out and getting everywhere in the world. Alright, well, that was good. Okay, full clear. Let's head back to town. Yeah, after checking my gear, there's just nothing that we can use for anything. I mean, everything I've got is sellable. We don't need anything. It feels almost kind of strange that there's just nothing I need to do with my gear. After all this grinding, we're fine. Yeah. I suppose... Let's see, Balmung is at 772 and Wiseman is capped when it comes to our affection. One of them is squalling me. Not Smee is squalling me. She's at 999 and the cap is 1,000. So she's being a bit mean. Maybe I should just call her just long enough to throw a potion at her and then she'll be happy. Everything else is good. Okay, guys, you can scatter. So I suppose I'll just drop off my items and call this one an episode. I'm keeping all level 3 scrolls, but I'm not keeping any others at this point. I really shouldn't even keep the summons, but why not? Keeping the scrolls has been sort of like a bank account, because once I hit 99 scrolls, then I can just sell the rest, and the ones that are definitely no longer helpful, like the level 1 scrolls, I can just sell those and be done with it, get myself a little money. Alright, maximize my healing elixirs, max my Emperor's Souls, antidotes, restoratives, resurrects, fortune wires, fairy orbs, all my blood. Gotta make sure I have my blood in my body, or at least in my pockets. And I guess that's it, man. It just feels weird that there's nothing more to do. I guess I shouldn't complain too much? We're just getting work done today. Let's see, the only other... Yeah, there's no word list there. The only one left is something in Delta. Unless I log out and we've got some new email or a board message or something. That I can do to quickly fill the time, if there's anything. Which there isn't. Alright, so in the next episode we're going to go into the dungeon that has Harold's name on it. You know, that... Oh, because you two like me now. Isn't that a good answer? True, but that doesn't solve the underlying problem. Don't you agree? I don't remember what... I don't remember what we were talking about. Hold on, where... Question. Hypothetical question, Pyro. If you were asked out by a girl you never talked to, what would you do? Oh yeah, ask her out as a friend. So then... True, but that doesn't solve the underlying problem, don't you agree? Sorry, I've never been in that kind of situation before, so I don't know. Or honestly, that might be true. Especially if you don't feel like it, then you should just say so. Yes, be honest. Yeah, it's hard to pick the one you want. The packaging is awesome too. With all those pictures on the labels, you can immediately tell what's inside. Don't remember what that refers to either. Let me look up Nuke's last email. Canned foods. There's so many of them. What a inane thing to talk about. You're right. Canned peaches, canned oranges, or yeah. But I don't know about canned air, though. It's 2024. Someone's going to buy canned air. So that's going to do it for today. Like I said, in tomorrow's episode, we'll do Harold's Dungeon and see where the story goes from there. We are very close to the end. Thank you all very much for watching. I will see you again tomorrow for another episode.